today, as Natalia mentioned, we will be followed on by Calina and Jeff, and I'll welcome Calina to join in now.
Thank you, Jessica. Appreciate the introduction. Hi, everyone. Very nice to meet you here. I'm Calina Thompson, Relationship Manager with First Republic Bank. So a little bit about First Republic Bank. First Republic Bank started in 1985. We're headquartered in San Francisco and mostly a bi-coastal bank. So we're located in the Bay Area, LA, San Diego, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Boston, Manhattan, and West Palm Beach. Those are our core markets. But we do service a lot of clients outside of our core markets, especially startup founders. As long as they have a US base. We've been around for 37 years. We have over $187 billion in asset management, and we're one of the top 25 banks in the nation. The primary way we work with our clients is being basically the quarterback for them. We help them with their banking needs, both on the consumer and on the business side, work with them to understand the different services that are available, and basically be an advisor to our clients so that we could connect them with the right resources to help them continue to scale and grow. So what we like to say is that I work with my clients from inception to exit. So let's get into a little bit of the program today. We're basically focusing on how things that founders and early stage companies should consider when they're focusing on how to stay lean. I think one of the big components on this is considering how you should be choosing your banking partner. Banks are not what they used to be. They're not where you just open an account and park your money. It's always important to do a little bit of research up front to see if you were to move forward with this banking institution and create this partnership, what is it that they will be able to help you with along your journey? Do they understand your entrepreneurial spirit? Do they have one themselves? Are they able to help you along the journey when you're thinking about scaling and grow? Are they known in the community that you're part of so that they can share networks, partnerships, opportunities, events that could get you that you can be involved with? And one of the things that a lot of tech companies or startup companies that really don't think about is how safe is their personal information or their bank account information in terms of cybersecurity. So one of the things that you may want to consider when talking to these banking partners, whether it's your local bank or someone that might be a little bit more familiar or larger, what are they doing to ensure that your banking accounts are safe with them? What kind of measures are they taking to protect your information? Besides staying lean, I think one of the important things that you might want to keep in mind is also managing your startup cash, basically your cash flow. Some of the topics that you may want to consider is, is there an easier, cheaper way for us to market our product? Is there an option for us to barter or negotiate with suppliers? Does it make sense for me to hire an additional person instead of using outsourced channels? Sometimes we feel like in order for us to grow, we need to add headcount, but adding headcount too soon may not be the most financially sound option for you, depending on where you are. So definitely reach out to your banker. Like I said, your banker should be an advisor to you. They should be able to understand how businesses are set up. They have the background and knowledge. They work with a lot of entrepreneurs themselves. So they would be able to give you guidance, not just, on the minimum account balances that you have to keep to avoid banking fees, but also ways to, consider if you do have some unused cash that you don't need to utilize for your burn in the next 6 to 12 months, maybe you could keep it in some sort of investment vehicle so that you could earn some sort of yield while it's just sitting there. As you all may know, interest rates in the US at least is starting to increase. Banks are now finally, after 10 years, is starting to pay interest rates on the money that you have at the bank. So definitely reach out to your banker, see what options are available so that you could earn yield on your funds. Another way to consider when considering how to minimize cash, your burn and maximize cash flow is minimizing overhead. Is there different tools that are available that you can take advantage of through third-party partnerships, where you can use where they could give you credits, like for example, First Republic Bank. We partner with AWS and Google Cloud Services to offer our portfolio clients credits for their cloud services. So anything that you're thinking about taking on that might be expense, talk to your banker, talk to your advisors, and see what options are available to take advantage of credits that may be out there. Besides Google Cloud credits or AWS credits, there may be some discounts when partnering up with a CPA or a bookkeeper because you have that relationship with your banker. So definitely leverage those relationships. Another thing to consider when staying lean is the possibility of incorporating or getting venture debt. And this is definitely something that you would want to consider if you are if you have raised some funds. Typically, venture debt is for companies that have raised a seed or Series A. But if you are in between raising rounds, you might consider speaking to not a venture debt, but there are a lot of different bridge lenders out there that may be able to provide you with a loan that could bridge you between each round. So there's definitely options that are available. I think the most important thing here is definitely read the terms, understand what it is that you're signing up for. Some lenders do incorporate warrants that can be exercised down the line. Some founders may be familiar with it and is comfortable with warrants, but some founders are not. So definitely make sure that you understand what it is that you're signing yourself up for. That's pretty much it from me, sweet, but I am definitely open that you may have. If you have any questions for me, let me know. Answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you so much, Calina, for that amazing presentation. Everybody, I would request if you have any questions for Calina, please do share now, and she will be happy to answer them. Okay, so maybe Calina, we have one question for you. Okay, so there is one question in Q&A. Can you share your information so we can discuss banking with you? Okay, someone wants to reach out to you there. Besides that, I do have a question that I would want to ask on behalf of our founders. How to best work with your banker? So could you maybe explain on that a bit?
I think the best way to work with your banker is definitely keep them in the loop, let them know what's going on with you, what's happening, sort of changes that is going on with your company. Reach out to your banker, talk to them, see if they have any resources that they could provide for you. I think one of the biggest things that some founders do is that they go on their own and they do their own research. I think what's more powerful is that you build a network of advisors that you trust, that you could go back to, and utilize their expertise, so that you have a good jumping off point in terms of the resources that you need. Yes, the internet is obviously very powerful and there's a lot of reviews out there, but I think that doesn't take away the fact that you have a real connection with your advising team. They will let you know their experiences, what their hesitations might be. So I think it's always good to hear it from someone that you know and that you're working with. A good advisor typically would say, hey, this is not my sweet spot, but I can introduce you to somebody that may be able to support you. One of the things that I like to do for my clients is always give them some sort of answer or connect them to the right team, regardless if it's something that I do for them. So I think it's really important to keep in contact, keep them in the loop so that they can continue to support you.
Any other key takeaways that you would like to share with us?
Yeah, key takeaways is definitely there are a lot of banking opportunities out there. A lot of options are available. But what I think is important is that what has grown in the last 5 years is that a lot of banks are now offering perks and benefits to being a client of their organization. Like what I mentioned earlier, having credits for AWS and Google. Definitely check out the perks page with these partnerships that these banking partners that you can sign up with, because they can definitely help you bootstrap a lot longer than needing to pay for certain things yourself. And then the second one, which we just kind of spoke on, is definitely build a strong network of advisors that you could reach out to, people that want to see you succeed, because your success is also their success. So definitely don't silo yourself and continue to network and grow your advising team.
All right. Thank you, Calina, for your time today. And I hope and again, last call, if anybody has any questions, please do share it with us. I think
Natalie, yeah, you have my contact information. If you wouldn't mind sharing it with the group, and I'll be more than happy to take any questions offline.
Sure, we'll do that, Calina. Thank you so much today for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Looking forward to your success.